Darcy Swipes Left by Courtney Carbone and Jane Austen. Page 1, Volume 1. We have a text from Mrs. Bennet, a post. 5 things rich men want. A wife, number 1. Click to read. Lady Lucas says, duh, everyone knows that. We have a location check-in. Ding! Mr. Bingley has checked into the Netherfield Park. It's liked by Mrs. Bennet, Lady Lucas, and 20 others. Mrs. Bennet says, oh my gosh, babe, guess who just bought Netherfield Park? Charles Bingley! And look at all her little emojis. So funny. Okay. Mr. Bennet says, single or married? Mrs. Bennet, single. Will you go see him? Mr. Bennet, thumbs down. Mrs. Bennet, what? Why not? Mr. Bennet, go without me. Fingers are crossed for Lizzie. Mrs. Bennet, Lizzie? But Jane's the prettiest, and Lydia's the most fun. I don't know why you love Lydia the most. I'm sorry, Lizzie the most. Over here, Mrs. Bennet post. Mrs. Bennet took a quiz. Using one emoji, describe your daughters. Oh my goodness. Isn't that funny? Kitty likes this. Mrs. Bennet says, I'm so over Bingley. He just moved into the house, and it's all anyone talks about anymore. Mr. Bennet, if I knew you were sick of him, I wouldn't have gone over there this morning. What? Oh my gosh, best husband ever. Lady Lucas from Mrs. Bennet, what did your husband say about Mr. Bingley? I need the details. Lady Lucas posts back, young, handsome, charming, hashtag all the things, and that he's going to our ball. Mrs. Bennet says, oh my gosh, we'll be there. And then here we have dancer. Charles Bingley asks Charlotte Lucas to dance. Charlotte Lucas accepts, swipes right. Charles Bingley asks Jane Bennet to dance. Jane Bennet accepts, swipes right. Charles Bingley asks Jane to dance again. Jane Bennet accepts, swipes right. Charles Bingley suggests that Fitzwilliam Darcy and Elizabeth Bennet dance. Fitzwilliam Darcy declines, swipes left. Bingley says, Darcy, come on. You're not going to dance with anyone. Darcy says, your sisters are all taken. None of the other girls are good enough for me. You've got the prettiest one. Bingley says, I know, right? Sorry, not sorry. Bingley says, but her sister Lizzie seems cool. Darcy says, meh, not hot. Besides, if no one else wants her, why should I? Bingley says, you're the worst wingman. Jane says to Lizzie, Lizzie, dance with that hot guy Darcy. Lizzie says, look at your dancer feet. He's a jerk. Jane says, maybe it was an accidental swipe left. Lizzie says, what evs? I won't let a guy like that ruin my night. And then here's Mrs. Bennet. Oh my gosh, such a fun night. Bingley and Jane danced twice. Not the first dance, damn you. Charlotte Lucas. LOL, just kidding. But still, twice. Oh, and this other guy, Darcy, was a complete to everyone all night long. He did not even dance with Lizzie. Lame. Mr. Bennet says, everyone, please disregard the above. There's nothing to see here. Jane says, Lizzie, I think I'm in love. I can't believe Bingley asked me to dance twice. I can, Lizzie tests. Do you have any idea how pretty you are? Hint. Bingley's sisters, though. Jane says, Mrs. Hurst and Mrs. Bingley? Yeah, hashtag yikes. They think you're hot stuff, huh? Well, maybe not so bad once you get to know them. Hopefully I'll never have to, says Lizzie. Now I'm just going to let you read. We have a group text from Jane, Charlotte, and Lizzie. Oh my goodness, I forgot I had that in there. Lizzie is now at Netherfield. We have a location check-in. Busting on Lizzie. Here's the whole accomplished thing. Oh boy, here comes Miss Bennett and crew. Miss Bingley is certainly annoying Darcy with all of her questions. Here's for the walk around the room. That's a good scene in the book. Darcy's quiz. Okay. The girls arrive home. I'm going to stop right there, but you can get an idea of what this book is like. And if you want to borrow it, you're welcome to.